Thank you very much, Sebastian. Josh, the question to you.
Thank you. I think the bottom line for this question is, as the Finance and Human Resources Commissioner, I am one person. The Board of Directors represents various different groups of people across campus, and it's very important that should I make a decision that is deemed unacceptable by the Board of Directors, then that is the bottom line, because they are more than I am. And the decision that I make, if felt to be, without full consultation or not in the best interest of students, then their opinions is what is most important.
Okay, Sebastian, this question is for you. First, every CSA job has a qualification of a strong understanding of and commitment to anti-oppression. As the Commissioner responsible for human resources, many staff and clubs in space, how does this factor into your decision-making process?
Sorry, I didn't hear the first part of the question.
Every CSA job has a qualification of a strong understanding of and commitment to anti-oppression. As the Commissioner responsible for human resources, many staff and club in space, how does this factor into your decision-making process?
Well, that's extremely important because we have such a variety of different students on campus, from sexual orientation to ethnicity. I grew up always interacting with every single type of person. I always found a way, and I never excluded anybody's opinion. So that is one of my most important aspects of my personality, actually. Communicating openly and helping everybody out equally. Thank you.
Josh, this question is to you.
Okay. The CSA's anti-oppression mandate is probably one of the most important policies that it can possibly have. And I realize very well that a decision I make or an opinion that I have may not be reflective of everyone else and may actually be detrimental to somebody else. It's very important that consultation with the Human Rights Office as well as other marginalized groups on campus is done in every decision-making process to make sure that this does not happen.
Okay, Josh, this question. Denny, this question is back to you.
What I think it all boils down to is it's about respect. If you respect another person, you're not going to look at them any different. You're going to look at them in the same regard to you. Somebody else may think different. They may have different feelings. They may have different culture, religion, different political views. It doesn't matter. Nobody is better than the other person. Regardless of who that person is, I think that we should all treat each other with the same exact respect, because then that will solve all the problems. And we can look at it as if you solve a problem by doing that, it makes life easier. And we have to just come with an understanding to every solution that a person may feel this way for a certain respect. Thank you.
Okay, third question, we'll begin with Josh. This is a hypothetical question regarding the relationship of the CSA and its clubs. So, how would you respond if you were to receive a complaint that a club has broken CSA policy? Does it depend on the policy, or would you take a uniform approach?
That's a very good question, actually. It's very important that CSA policies are upheld, but at the same time, when decisions are made for those policies, what the club represents is also very important. Clubs that represent marginalized groups are very important, that their integrity of their organization is upheld and that fair understanding is given for those organizations. But not only that, but fair understanding is given for all organizations. As I mentioned before, the CSA's club policies do need to be re-examined, and I believe that is something that may be a case if the club policy is broken. And that will be examined on a case-by-case basis. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. Question now goes to Denny.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. This is a hypothetical question regarding the relationship of the CSA and its clubs. So how would you respond if you were to receive a complaint that a club has broken CSA policy? Does it depend on the policy, or would you take a uniform approach?
Well, during this campaign week, I think everybody, along with my candidates, realizes all these policies. We all received a booklet of policies, and at first it seemed a little ridiculous, but as the campaign goes on, we realize that these policies are set aside to help us. It's benefiting us. That CSA is looking towards us, like they're protecting us in the long run. So if you can't think these policies are disadvantages in any way, because in the long run, it's going to benefit us as a people and as the students. So you have to really consider the policies and what they say, because CSA does set them aside for a good purpose, and it has a goal in it. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Sebastian, the question is to you.
In regards to the policies and clubs, again, everybody needs the same guidelines, and every single club that has a problem and wants to discuss something should be treated equally. Every single person should be treated equal. So it goes back to the same standards. So nothing should be by policy, or club by club standards. Everything should be more uniform, so every person has the same advantage as the other. Thank you.
This is the last question. It's to Denny first. If elected, how do you plan on financially benefiting students?
Well, the first thing I notice about this job is that there's a lot of responsibility behind it, and everybody's looking to you for their financial needs and to control their stability. Now, one thing I do question is our fees. Some people don't understand where our fees are going to. We pay around a $300 extra rate for some fees that we don't even know about, that we have no idea how they're going to help us in the long run or help us throughout our 4 years that we're going here. CSA is setting them aside for us. I think every student needs to realize which fees are going towards them and how it's going to help them and benefit them. Because that's exactly what we're paying for, and we're paying for our own benefits. Thank you.
Thank you, Denny. Sebastian, your question.
Thank you. Now, there are many different financial issues for students. Number one, again, as I was talking about, food prices, they need to go down. Not only do I want to inform students about the prices, I want to fight for them to lower them. I want to talk to hospitality and talk to everybody. Constantly, we have to get the prices down. Furthermore, financial aid for other students, scholarships, however I can get involved, I'm going to be talking to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian. Josh, the question is to you.
Okay, I've outlined 4 ideas that I think will definitely save money for students. The first of all is CSA must continue to fight against the tuition question in order to reduce tuition fees and prevent the increase for all students. Another idea is providing more broader options for the CSA health endowment benefits. Very often when a student finds himself in a questionable medical situation, there are times when they're not covered by the health endowment benefits, so therefore that coverage must be broadened. Another idea is providing a better food rate for the bull ring and keeping the prices at a competitive rate. And finally, working to reduce the CSA's ecological footprint, because doing that will save money in the long run. Those are my 4 steps. Thank you.